Yo, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be sculpting a human head. I'm going to try and make it as realistic as I can, and later in the video I show you guys how to, make the pores and the very, very fine detail. But for now, as you can see in the viewport, I've got a base mesh. I think I found this on ArtStation or something. I've put the link below, hopefully it works. You guys can download this base mesh for free and, follow along if you want. So, working with this base model obviously speeds up the process significantly because a lot of time is wasted on, especially with people, on getting the main proportions correct. But when you're working with a base model, all of that is set in stone, and all you have to do is tweak certain features and proportions to achieve the look you're going for. So the look for this face I was inspired by hails from all the way back into the period of antiquity, the Roman Empire specifically. This is Constantine the Great, and obviously he was a Roman emperor. Some say one of the greatest, as the name suggests. I wanted to depict him perhaps in his later years. So he lived to around 64, I think. Gonna have to double check that, but he lived till quite a ripe old age, and so I wanted to depict the later stages of his life. So, bearing that in mind, you can see I'm just altering all the proportions and adding some loose skin and some bags and some wrinkles. Also, I went for that nice hooked Roman nose and the prominent brow you can see depicted in Roman artwork like sculptures and paintings. So I must admit, I'm no historian, nor have I read many of the primary sources concerning this controversial figure. However, I do know that you can't mention the name Constantine the Great without mentioning the idea of Christianity. Obviously, there's much controversy around this historical figure and what he stood for and advocated for. But the modern day Christian perspective is a more confessional one, which says orthodoxy was established and taught by Christ when, after his passing, a plethora of new and innovative sects and ideas infected the pure Christianity that Jesus taught. These innovative sects include, but are not limited to, sects that held different scriptures to be sacred or significant, like the Gospel of Philip, the Gospel of Mary, some more anti-Pauline interpretations, the Gnostics, etc., etc. All these ideas and groups held differing beliefs on the figure of Christ, his relationship with the omnipotent and the divine hierarchy. Constantine becomes relevant when he converts to Christianity and prohibits the persecution of the Christians under Roman rule. Where this controversial figure bears the brunt of his controversy is in the councils he called, where the greatest Christian scholars of the time would canonize and standardize Christian doctrine and attempted to unify these bickering Christian sects under one banner. From the Christian perspective, this was a great thing as Constantine and his council would free the core doctrine from all impurities. However, the opposition side questions the intention and validation of Constantine's Christian faith and believed he simply put on this Christian act in an attempt to strengthen and solidify the Roman Empire as the religion and the people could be united under one set of ideas and concrete the Christian religion as the true religion of Christ and the Emperor. So, just a bit of historical trivia for you there, although perhaps not so trivial. So, if we turn our attention back to the viewport, you can see the models progressed quite a bit, especially around the eye area. I achieved this look purely with the default brushes, and achieving this look was just about looking at lots of reference of old people and kind of sussing out the features I wanted to have on my character. Yeah, I can't stress enough the importance of using good reference. I wouldn't advise to copy it straight off, like one-on-one, but take the features that you like from this reference and then apply it here, and then take the features that you like on this reference and then apply it there, and just pick and choose which features you want to add to your character, and then you'll definitely come out with something that you like. Also, another very important thing to keep in mind when doing these wrinkles by hand is gravity works on every single part of the skin, so every single little crevice and every single little fold is being acted on by gravity, so the bottom of these wrinkles will always be kind of sagging down, and especially in old people, their skin and their muscles have weakened, so this effect of gravity is much more potent and much stronger, so remember to keep that in mind when doing all this wrinkly detail. Also, in old people, wrinkles are much more prominent on the parts where the face is deformed the most. So in a person's life, they'll get into habits of doing different facial expressions. So someone might smile more than the average person, someone might frown more, someone might have their eyebrows up in a state of surprise more, and all these little habits add up when you're old. So a person that frowns a lot more will have much more prominent wrinkles around maybe their eyebrows and under their eyebrows and their forehead, and a person that smiles a lot more will have wrinkles maybe around the mouth and around the eyes where their eyes are squinting. So for each character you do, you need to keep that in mind. So what is this character most likely to get in a habit of? And for Constantine the Great here, I would assume that he's doing a lot of frowning, like maybe on the battlefield or in the marketplace or wherever he is. He's frowning a lot because he's trying to get the sun out of his eyes to look into the distance and squint his eyes. So I focused a lot of the wrinkles around the eye areas and the eyebrows to really add another element of believability. So you've probably noticed that I've gotten onto doing the very minute high frequency details, like all the skin pores and the tiny minute wrinkles and the kind of skin texture. The way you do this is you search up skin alpha free. You can find these on Pinterest, or you can just put them in your search bar and they'll come up. You can put human skin alpha and they'll come up. And how I've done this is I've went down to the texture panel. I've added this skin alpha. Then I've made a new draw brush. I've changed the stroke to anchored, and I'm just clicking and dragging to apply the skin alpha. Alright, with that being said, I'll leave you to watch me do the neck. Enjoy.